Precisely.
Right, Harry, first question from the fans. What type of cleaning product did Mrs Johnson use on the carpet after your little coffee spillage?
I don't know. I tried to get out as soon as possible. No, it was me and the gaffer. We were on our hands and knees trying to clear it up. Really, we tried to keep it a bit of a secret, but whether or not she saw it after, I'm not too sure.
Okay. I don't know how close you've been following it, but what do you make of the Greek debt crisis?
Well, it's not good for people in Greece, is it? Don't really affect us. It hasn't affected me. So I'm not really too into all that, if I'm being totally honest.
That's fine. That's fine. What's your favourite film?
I'd go Jimmy Grimble.
There's only one. Is that what it's called? There's only one Jimmy Grimble?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, played for Man City or something, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good choice. Which team did you support growing up?
I actually was brought up to be a West Ham fan, and then my next door neighbour took me to Stamford Bridge to watch a game, and Chelsea beat, I think it was Man City 4-1. So as of that moment, I switched to Chelsea because I liked the winning team really. So
there's a few West Ham fans here now, aren't there, as well?
yeah, there is. Yeah, little Mundy. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Who would you say has had the biggest influence on your career?
That's a tough one. That's a very tough one.
You want to come back to that one?
Yeah, we'll come back to that. Come back to that.
Who's your best mate in football?
I'd probably I got a few. John Joe Shelby. There's Liam Bellamy as well. And I've probably got to say Aaron Downs now as well. I've only known him a week and a half, but what a great guy.
You really clicked, have you?
Yeah, he's got a little bromance going on. And Munsy's, but he's a little bit chirpy, so just have to keep on knocking him down a little bit.
Okay. There was a few questions about the Hereford games against Cheltenham in the FA Cup. Somebody said how good was Khalid Mohammed's header, which obviously might upset you a little bit. But I mean, what do you remember about those games? Because you definitely played well in those games, despite Cheltenham edging through in the end.
I can just remember coming to Wadden Road. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And to be fair, the pitch was lovely, and it was a great night for football. And to be fair, I really did fancy our chances. And I can just remember going into the game, and it was a great FA Cup tie. And yeah, I had quite a good game. I can remember getting man of the match, but then we went back, and I can just remember the fog I couldn't really see what was going on. I spoke to a couple of fans yesterday, to be fair, and they said they couldn't see. I said, yeah, no, neither could I. You could probably see better than me. But yeah, I was a little bit distraught because obviously the draw against Everton had already happened, didn't it? So we went into that second leg knowing that the winners get Everton. And yeah, Clyde sort of killed it for us. So.
But at least you came out with a bit of credit. You had short hair then, didn't you, Harry, when that game happened?
Yeah. Somebody's
asked, what are you going to do to sort out the dodgy barnet?
No, it's staying. I might get rid of it when, hopefully, we go up.
Okay.
That'll do me.
Brilliant. What part of your game do you think you need to improve on most?
I'd say for a big lad, I need to be better in the air. For my size, I think I can maybe bring something to the team, that hopefully a few headed goals and just another link in my arm of just being horrible in the centre of the pitch, really. So yeah, I think in the end, and also I'd like to. Me and the gaffer were speaking about the final third. It's alright getting in there and that, but final product and being a bit ruthless in that final third.
Yeah. Okay. Favourite holiday destination?
Probably have to be Vegas, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'd say Vegas.
Right. How did Gary Johnson sell the club to you? Anything in particular that he said that made you want to come here? Because you did have interest from league clubs, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. To be fair, the whole experience of being invited to Gary's house and the way in which that he didn't. First of all, he asked me what I wanted out of the club, and out of him what I'm looking for out of a manager. First of all, I just said to him I wanted honesty, and we sat there for a good 40 minutes. And to be fair, when I went to the house, I said to the missus that I'll go listen to what Gary's got to say, come back, and we'll talk about it. But I actually left Gary's house shaking his hand, saying I'm coming. So whatever he'd done, he done it very well, because I really wanted to be part of what we're going to aim for this season. And I really want to be a big part of it.
Do you have any superstitions or pre-match rituals?
Yeah, before a game I don't do nothing. So I have the missus running about. I like to get in the zone early doors. Normally have the same sort of food at the same sort of times as well. So
Anything unusual, or is it the usual?
No, just the usual wake up, porridge, feet up. I try to take my mind off the game, and obviously when I'm driving to the stadium and stuff, then it's time to get in the zone. So.
How do you feel you settled in? You know, you've been here for just over a week now, and
yeah, no, I'm really happy here. I'm living in Bishop's Cleeve. It's a lovely area. Gone around the town. I went to a cricket day yesterday. I met some fans, and that was all brilliant. And I found the people very friendly and open to advice and of where to go, where to eat, where to take the family and stuff. So to be fair, the training ground as well. The facilities here are good. I know the gaffer wants the pitches to be a bit better here, but the overall facilities are brilliant, and yeah, I'm really happy.
Okay. Who do you think is the biggest joker in the squad from what you've seen so far?
Stores has got a bit. Munsey likes to think that he's got a bit, but really his banter's awful. I'd probably say Stores, yeah.
Okay. What do you make of what's happened to Hereford since you left?
Yeah, I'm a little bit gutted about that, really. I don't really know the ins and outs of what has actually gone on, because I don't really like to think about it, but I know there's a little bit of quite a bit of rivalry between Hereford and Cheltenham, but Hereford is a club that done a lot for me, and it gave me a platform for me and my family to kick on. And obviously I went to Wimbledon. I managed to get home at an important time for my family as well. So I've got a lot of love for Hereford, and I still keep in touch with some of the board that was there, and some of the players, some of the fans. It was a really close-knit family club, which of what I hear is exactly the same here. I had that at Wimbledon as well. I've been lucky to be part of 3 clubs that have a real fan base, and it's like a local family club. Do you know what I mean? So to come here, that was a big part of it as well.
What was your first car?
A Vauxhall Astra.
Right.
Yeah.
Serve you well?
It done alright until I was driving it, and I don't know, it wouldn't go in gear, and as of that moment it went, and I was a little bit distraught over that, because I loved it. I had quite a lot of work done on the car. You can imagine a 17-year-old. I had the black windows and thought I was really good. We all go through it. But yeah, no, it was alright.
Okay, somebody's asked, who was better in the Hereford side, you or Sam Clucas?
To be fair, he's a great player. He's really kicked on. I'm really happy for him. He's done very well. But I think that side that we had with Ryan Bowman, Sam on the left, me, Josh O'Keefe, Marley Watkins, who's also doing really well now. I thought we had a good team, and it was just unfortunate that there was a few money issues and stuff at Hereford, which again I'm not too sure what happened. But at the end, in that January, I was on the transfer list for money reasons, and I ended up leaving. So yeah, no, Chloe is a good lad, and he deserves every bit of success that he gets, really, because he puts in a lot of work.
Okay. Anti-Hereford question here, but were you ever concerned Edgar Street might just collapse around you? It was an old ground. Well, it still is a very old ground, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an old ground. Nah, you know, when you sign for a club, and when you're at a club, you automatically make it feel like it's your home, and I enjoy playing there. I got some really good memories there and some really bad memories there as well. So I haven't been back since. Now I'm in Cheltenham. Now I live in Cheltenham. There might be an opportunity to go and support them or watch a game. So yeah.
Okay. The players, manager and fans all seem united in aim of promotion. Are there any particular teams you think will be up there, main rivals for the title?
Yeah, me personally, I think Grimsby will be the team to beat. I went on loan there for a month last season, and Paul Hurst is really determined, and they're really well organised, and they've made some good signings, and I think that they'll be very strong. So I think that they're the team to beat. Yeah.
Okay. Is there any particular player you model your game on, or you have over the years?
Yeah, I think you ask any sort of centre midfielder now, 9 out of 10 of them's going to say Gerrard, aren't they? Maybe not so much last season, but I do like Yaya Toure. I think he's a very good player. Come under a lot of stick last season, and I don't think that he done himself justice after the season before. What he had, he was superb. So, but yeah, the way that he can drive forward and drive Man City forward. He's maybe not the best defensively, but I think he's an exceptional player.
Yep. Okay. Who's the best player you've ever played against, and why?
Against, I can remember playing against Ivan Campo. Everyone always wonders why I say Ivan Campo, but I played against him, and he was in the centre circle. He played like a holding midfield role. He didn't leave the centre circle, but I just couldn't get anywhere near him.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think he's a Champions League winner, isn't he?
Yeah,
I'm sure he's. Yeah, he was absolutely unreal. So, but again, I managed to play against Steven Gerrard in the FA Cup, which for me was a sort of dream come true. Coutinho was another one on that day. It was superb. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I'd probably say that's give me the most trouble would be Ivan Campo, because I just seemed not to get nowhere near him.
Also had the Barnet, didn't he? As well?
Yeah,
So
he had a great Barnet. Yeah.
How important do you think it is to establish a good relationship with the fans, and how do you go about this?
Yeah, I think that's vital if you're going to have any sort of success in a season. I think that everything from the owner, the chairman, to the boss, to the players, to the fans, I think that you all need to be on the same page. And I think that, like that cricket day yesterday, it didn't take. Well, I went there and I didn't end up leaving till about 6 o'clock, but I thoroughly enjoyed myself. And for me to go there, 15 minutes out of my way, and to interact with some people at the end of the day who's paying my wages, I think it's important to hear their views and what they think as well. But like I said, I've been lucky enough to be with 3 clubs, and they've all been really, really like family, well-knit clubs. So, yeah, it's vital. And if we're going to do something this season, that's very important.
Okay. Would you prefer to make a great pass or a great tackle?
I'd say tackle.
Yeah.
I don't think there's no better feeling really than smashing someone and then getting up and not hearing the whistle. I think that's a great feeling.
Last one, Harry. Somebody's asked about Eastley.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone knows they've got a bit of backing behind them. So, having been there, what's going on there? And do you think they're a genuine threat this season?
That's a difficult question, really. I think they'll be there and thereabouts. Whether or not I think that they'll win it, I don't think that they will. Yeah, I haven't really got too much to say about it.
But it's definitely an ambitious club, isn't it?
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, they come through the Conference South. Was it the Conference South? It was the Conference South. Yeah, and obviously we done well last year. And then we got in the playoffs and we played against Grimsby, and I think that even though we got to the playoffs and that's a successful season for Eastley, we were a little way away from it. When we come up against Grimsby, you could tell that they were the better team.
Yeah.
So I think they've strengthened a bit again. But for me, I think, like I said, Grimsby will be the team to beat.
Right. Cheers for that, Harry. That's great. Thanks
No worries.